So to start, we're going to look at chord voicings. Now, this is something you would need to be able to do if you were taking a rock school exam. And it's actually something you already know because we're using chord inversions that you've done before. So let's take a look. Now, when we talk about chord voicings, we're basically talking about the order in which we press the notes of the chord. So you've already done this with your inversions. So for C major, we know we have our root position, which means the root of the chord will always be in the bass. And then you have your first inversion, which is putting the bottom note at the top. And then you have your second position, which is putting the next note at the top. So for a C major chord, we know we've got root position, first position, and second position. Also known as root inversion, first inversion, second inversion. Now, all of these are voicings. It's a way you've voiced your chord. Now, if you're taking a debut exam or an initial exam, then that's all you'll need to know when it comes to chord voicing. So it's nice and simple because you already know it. Root, first, second. And all you would do is play them in order in the exam, probably for 4 beats each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would do this with your left hand as well. And you would do this for a C minor. So we'd have C minor in root. And again, if you've forgotten what C minor is, you just do your big small technique. So for a minor, it's small big. So from C, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's your C minor in root position, first position, and third position. And in your left hand, the C minor in root position, first position, and second position. So what we'll be doing for now is practicing these chord voicings of the C major and C minor. And you can do this just by doing your right hand first and then your left hand. C major root, first, second. C minor root, first, second. And the same in your left. C major root, first, second. C minor, root, first, second. And that's all you need to be able to do. But it's good for you to know how chord voicings work once you advance from that, because there's many ways in which you can play these chords. And it's totally up to you how you wish to play them. It's all about what you think sounds good. So if I play, say, C major in both hands, this is a chord voicing. It's a basic one in root position. But this does sound quite clustered and loud. If I wanted something a bit more delicate, I could spread this chord out. I could play maybe the C and the G in the left hand, and maybe the E and the C in my right hand. Now this sounds a bit prettier and a bit more delicate. And this is just one way I could play it. Maybe I want to play the G and the E in my right hand and a C and a G in my left. This is another chord voicing. So you can just practice all the different ways you can find to play these 3 notes of C, E and G. And just practice and just see what you like the sound of. And you can do this with the minor as well. It's exactly the same thing. You take the notes of your chord and you just play it in a different order. So I could play the E and the G in my left and a G and a C in my right, or maybe, and just have a little play with it. these are all different chord voicings. And you can start to play with this moving from chord to chord. You could go from a C chord to a G chord, but play different voicings and see what you can find and see how it sounds. But for now, all you do need to know for an exam, if you were to take an exam at the debut level, is the 3 positions for your C major and your C minor. So just practice them in order: root, first, second. In minor, root, first, second. So do practice your chord voicings and don't feel like you just have to stay with the C major and the C minor here. You know your big small technique, you can find any major or minor chord. So this is a really good exercise you can do. Sit, pick any chord and just go through the inversions, go through the voicings. And like I said in the lesson, why not try and find some of your own voicings as well? Because this is what will really develop you as a professional player.